Hello, my name is Erin Riker, and I'm the technology-based legal services attorney at the Center for Elder Law and Justice.
My name is Kristen Orr, and I'm the tech paralegal at the Center for Elder Law and Justice.
Welcome to our Senior Financial Safety Tool Scam Training. Here's our training agenda for today. We will go through some background on scams in general. We'll discuss some specific COVID-19 related scams and other specific scams. We will talk about recovery and reporting tips for scams, and then we'll go through some local and federal resources. Who is affected by scams? It's important to note that scams affect people of all ages, and scammers use all methods of communication to get in touch with people, including phone, email, and mail solicitations. However, older adults are affected more often than the rest of the population. This is due to a couple different factors. The first is perceived or actual access to resources. Older adults may be at the point in their lives when they're tapping into their 401ks and their IRAs, and these accounts may have significant amounts of money in them. Scammers know this, and so they target older adults because they feel that they can get older adults to withdraw these large sums of money when they fall for their scams. Older adults may also be more available, particularly to answer the phone, than other age groups, because older adults may be more likely to be retired or working reduced hours. They may be socially isolated. Their spouse or partner may have passed away, and so they may live alone. They are more likely to answer the phone because they are more likely to be available and to want some human interaction. And there are other individual factors as well, including illness and cognitive decline, that may make older adults more disproportionately likely to be affected by scams. Here are some scam techniques. They use frequent contact by phone, email, or mail. Scammers will contact someone over and over again if they think that they can get more money out of this person. Scammers also trade lists of people who have already been scammed with other scam operations. So if someone has been victim of a scam once, they are much more likely to become a victim of a scam again. Scammers will request personal and financial information far more than is legitimate. If a person does not initiate a conversation or an interaction with an agency or a business or a government organization, if you didn't initiate that and they're asking you for your personal information, that's a scam, and that's a big red flag. Scammers will request money via methods such as wire transfers, gift cards, or cash transfer apps. They use these methods because they are very difficult to trace and also nearly impossible to reverse once they've been sent. Scammers will emphasize secrecy. They may do this by telling you that you've got a secret deal or a secret discount that no one else can get. They may emphasize secrecy in other ways, but the most important point is they don't want their victims talking about the scam to anyone else, because that increases the likelihood that someone will tell the victim that they're being scammed. Scammers may be threatening if they think that they can get more money out of a person that way, and they will always display a sense of urgency. Scammers will tell you that a particular discount is only available for a certain amount of time, or romance scammers will tell you that they are going to be put in prison if you don't send them money. They will play on people's natural reaction to sense of urgency in order to get more money out of them. Scammers also take advantage of increased anxiety, depression, and social isolation that's prevalent in this pandemic. Even though we are seeing a recovery from COVID-19, these negative emotions still persist. Let's go through some COVID-19 specific scams. COVID-19 scams will prey on people's sense of financial insecurity due to the ongoing pandemic and COVID-19 crisis. They will try to offer quick cash or debt relief. The rule of thumb with this is if it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Scams will pop up regarding future stimulus funds, unemployment benefits, or Social Security. This is because scammers know that people worry their benefits will be stopped. People are more reliant on government benefits now than at any point in history, and they know that if they target someone who is on benefits, then they're more likely to be able to get money by threatening them to have their benefits stopped. Scammers may also offer to speed up stimulus payments or secure benefits for a fee. This is always a scam. The government will never allow you to jump your place in line or to get a benefit more quickly if you pay a fee. There are also person in need scams that are prevalent during COVID. These can be crowdsourced or GoFundMe pages for people who allegedly have lost their jobs or lost someone in their family who was providing money for their family. And the important part with these is that when you run across one of these GoFundMe pages, you need to make sure that you know the person getting the benefit really exists, because there are many out there that are just scams. There are COVID-19 charity-specific scams, including organizations that claim to be legitimate charities but really are not, in addition to the fake GoFundMe campaigns. A great resource is charitynavigator.org. This will allow you to verify that a charity is legitimate. It will also allow you to see whether or not a charity is using a large portion of your donation for its stated purpose, or whether it's using it for overhead, administrative expenses, or other expenses. If you're working with seniors and you are sensitive that they may be scammed, you should advise them to never pay by sending cash through the mail, by gift card, or by wire transfer. If someone asks for cash by mail, if someone asks for payment in gift cards, or if someone asks for wire transfers, this is almost always going to be a scam. Legitimate organizations will always let you pay by check or credit card because these methods of payment are easy to trace. You can also visit an organization's website directly rather than clicking on any links that might be emailed to you. If you go into your web browser and you search for that organization and you come up with their legitimate website, then you'll be able to direct money to them and make sure that you're not directing it to an illegitimate scam. You should be wary of charities directly calling you for donations. Legitimate charities have donation infrastructures that don't rely on cold calls to individual people. So if someone is calling you on the phone asking for money for a charity, more likely than not, that's going to be a scam. COVID-19 scams also involve government impersonators. These can be people claiming to be from Social Security, from Medicare, or people calling about your economic stimulus payments. They may claim that your Social Security number has been frozen, or that your economic stimulus payment can't be made to you until you pay them a fee. They may claim that your Medicare benefits are going to be stopped. And so what can you do? You can reinforce with any seniors you work with that they should not respond to texts or calls from individuals claiming to be from a government agency. Legitimate government agencies will not text, email, or call you directly. If they have something important that they need to communicate to a person, they will do this by mail. You can also encourage the seniors you work with to visit government websites directly instead of clicking on links that you might get in emails or text messages. If you get an email that claims to be from the IRS and you don't think it's legitimate, you can go to your web browser and type in irs.gov to get to their legitimate website. If you click on links that happen in emails or links that you get through text messages, these may take you to sites that look like they're legitimate but are actually run by scammers. And you should reiterate that COVID-19 contact tracers, although they do ask for health information, they will never ask for money and they will never ask for personal financial information. If someone calls claiming to be a contact tracer, but then asks for anything financially related, that is always a scam, and the person receiving the call should hang up immediately.
Regarding COVID-19 healthcare scams, it's important for everyone to know that the COVID-19 vaccines are free for everyone, regardless of insurance, or any other environmental factors. If someone is offering a cure in exchange for a fee, that is a scam. Scammers are manipulating our fear of the unknown and our fear of COVID-19 specifically by offering cures or testing that's not FDA approved and have no impact on the virus. So it's just important to be aware of what cures are out there. The FDA approved vaccines are free, and you won't need any assistance with scheduling or signing up for the vaccine. None of that costs money. So if anyone is requesting payment, you know that that's a scam. Again, there are services available to assist with scheduling vaccine appointments. These are also free. So anyone selling a cure, a testing kit, an air filter, any other product to protect against COVID is a scammer. Medicare specifically will not call anyone to offer these services. Legitimate contact tracers do not need your Medicare number or other financial information in order to get the information that they need. There's also been an increase in the funeral assistance scam. So FEMA is now offering funeral assistance for the families of people who passed away as a result of COVID-19. However, FEMA is not reaching out to families directly. Scammers are scouring obituaries looking for people who have passed from COVID and calling their families, posing as FEMA employees and either asking for personal and financial information to allegedly send money, or they'll ask you to send proof of death and other information directly to them in order for them to apply for the benefits themselves. The only way to receive this benefit is to apply for it yourself. You can visit FEMA.gov for more information on how to access this benefit. Romance scams have also increased during the COVID-19 pandemic due to increased isolation. More and more seniors are turning to the internet to find love and friendship, but unfortunately, scammers have locked onto online dating and social media as a way to target new victims and pressure them to send money by convincing their victims they are in a real relationship. Some common warning signs and lies a romance scammer will say if they refuse to meet in person or video chat, or they promise to do so and then fall back on that promise, that's a good sign that the person you're speaking to is not who they say they are. If they're asking for money and gift cards with specific instructions on who to send them to, where and how to send them, especially early on in your relationship, you should really take a second look at why they're asking for that so immediately. If they declare their love in the first week of knowing you, the relationship is progressing very fast. That's a common warning sign that they are trying to get you to be secure in your relationship sooner so that you are willing to send money faster. If their messages have poor spelling or grammar and the stories they tell are contradictory, maybe they say that they're overseas and then in their next message they say that they're across the state. They're spinning these lies to a number of people, so they have trouble remembering which lie they told which person. And they won't use their real pictures. So we would encourage everyone, if you're online dating, to do a reverse Google image search and see exactly who you think you're talking to. If you have a customer or client who you think is involved in a romance scam, maybe they tell you that they're taking out money to send to a new boyfriend so he can buy a plane ticket so they can finally meet for the first time. Maybe they're asking for assistance in wiring money overseas to help out a friend. Don't be judgmental, but try to encourage them to talk to a trusted family member or friend, or even to just consider the financial implications of what they're trying to do, especially if they seem like they're being impulsive with their money. The grandparent scam has been around for a while, but it is only increasing, especially in our area. In this scenario, the scammer will call the victim pretending to be their grandchild. They will claim there's been an emergency. Two common variations are that they've been arrested or that they're hospitalized and they say they need cash immediately. And please, please don't tell mom and dad, keep it a secret between us. Social media has only made this scam more convincing because it is very easy to go on someone's social media page and find out the name and approximate age of their grandchild, where they live, what their hobbies are, if they're on vacation, and so on and so forth. So they can really personalize the scam to try and convince you that they are your grandchild in desperate need of help. If your client tells you that they need cash for an emergency, encourage them not to act impulsively. There is always time to verify the story. Offer to assist them in calling a family member or a friend to confirm exactly what is going on before they withdraw the cash and send it to someone that they don't know. Cash transfer apps, you're probably familiar with them. They are very convenient for transferring money without needing to withdraw cash or exchange account details. So naturally, scammers have started encouraging people to use apps like Venmo and Cash App, and even soliciting money directly on these apps. Once you pay a scammer using one of these apps, the money is nearly impossible to trace. It's like a faster version of sending cash in the mail. There are even app-specific scams like quote-unquote contests, where a victim is told if they send a smaller amount of money now, they are sure to receive a larger amount of money back as a prize. Of course, there's no guarantee, and that's likely a scam. Encourage your customers to only send money to people that they know and trust using these apps. So what can you do? Know your customers and understand their banking habits. If someone is suddenly desperate for help with online banking or cash transfer apps, ask why if they've never shown any interest in that before. If someone seems upset or frantic and asks to withdraw a large amount of cash, especially if that transaction is unusual for them, ask why they need such a large sum, ask where it's going. See if conversationally they will give you any information to indicate that they're possibly the victim of a scam. With increased isolation has come increased financial concerns, especially for older adults. Scammers are exploiting this insecurity and targeting people where they feel most vulnerable. So understand the warning signs, and if you feel suspicious, offer to use the Senior Financial Safety Tool to get the conversation going. It's a great conversational way to sort of probe what's going on, and see if there's anything that you can identify as a scam or a potential source of exploitation. So use the Senior Financial Safety Tool, screen your customers, and talk about these scams with them. You can use this link to access the Senior Financial Safety Tool, or you can visit the Center for Elder Law and Justice's homepage at elderjusticeny.org and click on the free financial safety tool button at the top to run through the tool with your clients today.